Welcome class to today's lesson. We are going to proceed from where we left last time. And today we are going to look at the classic theories and models that are undertaken in the spirit of peace and conflict resolution. Because we said an environment where peace is not fostered, then development and success can also become a difficult task. So there are several initiatives that are being leveled against the spirit of how do we solve conflicts and how do we make sure conflicts are resolved in a very robust manner. So different theorists came up with their different mechanisms of how do we deal with conflicts, and if we are dealing with conflicts, it means how do we foster peace in our day-to-day activities. Now, one of them is Morton, and Morton talked about the cooperative model. And in this model, his view is in regard to, number one, identifying what is the nature of those conflicts. Because if you know the nature of a conflict, then it becomes easier to try and look at what brings forth such like initiatives. And therefore, if we can be able to take care of those avenues that are hampering the coexistence, or maybe they are bringing down the peaceful coexistence, then we shall easily treat the problem in its inception. So cooperative disposition of the party automatically inspires or maybe evokes a very good position so that all individuals will be able to do their activities and it will come forth in a very robust manner, because it is going to ensure that everything has been done positively, and even if it has been done in a certain manner, then it is still going to be obedient to the expectations that have already been maybe leveled across, because determining the key problems that are bedeviling a certain peaceful coexistence, then it will become more of like an attempt to solve that conflict, and therefore giving an easy ride or an easy position towards the same. And this cooperative model is simply reminding us on the mutual engagement or the mutual understanding, because parties at conflict can easily try to talk to each other and be able to understand themselves what the mechanisms of negotiation they are going to put in place, so that when they are sitting down to try and deal with an issue, they are not maybe at loggerheads, or they are not evoking emotions that are going also to interfere with the same spirit of engagement. Number two, under Roger Fisher, he talked about principled negotiation. And to negotiate is to lay down procedures and initiatives of trying to find out what are our avenues of agreement and what are our avenues of disagreement. And if it is so, then to what extent are we able to prosecute an idea softly and in a manner that it is going to invite a very good position. So meaning separating people from their problems, then it becomes easier, so that you are able to handle an individual on his own and look at the problem on its own. The other thing under that theory is focus on the interest rather than the position, because what is the interest of that individual in that negotiation spirit? And if it is so, then is it something that is going to be quite positive or maybe quite engaging? And then come up with a variety of options that you are sure if they are going to be put in place or instituted, then they are going to be a major catalyst towards achievement of such tasks across the point. And then lastly, you insist on agreement, and that agreement is going to be quite clear in the engagement of what is duly expected. Because when we agree, then we dispel fears of those areas of disagreement, and then we concentrate on areas that we are agreeing on. Number 3, John Barton came up with the human needs model, and therefore 90% of conflicts arise from our day-to-day impediments in terms of needs. So him is simply looking at satisfaction of human needs as an easy way of instituting or fostering peace. Because at the end of the day, if people are secure, they are able to receive their day-to-day engagement, then it becomes easy for them to also undertake their day-to-day tasks. So resolving a conflict is just on the perspective of ensuring that the needs that are pinning us down, they are taken care of, and therefore erasing any issue that might be an impediment to peace. Number 4, Mr. Bush came up with what we call conflict transformation theory. And in this theory, he's simply telling us some of these conflicts are tailor-made in a certain manner that we can be able to use a conflict-infested zone to be a fertile ground for instituting some developmental agenda, so that those who are in conflict, we are trying to look at them in terms of what are they disagreeing about, and whatever they are disagreeing about, is it something that can easily be maybe taken into consideration in terms of what is duly expected? Because we are looking now at conflict from a positive or constructive interception, so that if we are having any level of conflicts, then what are these conflicts presenting to us, and what are they saying in terms of us, so that it will be something that you can easily maybe undertake or maybe easily perform, and therefore be able to undertake it very, very swiftly. Then number 5, it is conflict transmutation. To transmute something, it is to try and reduce its impact or reduce its level of maybe problems. Because if something can be maybe like suppressed, and we can be able to look at the underlying issues, then it becomes easy for us to be able also to look at it in terms of our day-to-day engagement, or maybe other spirited positions that can also allow us to do what is quite positive. So those are the 5 theories and models that befit the issue of peace and conflict resolution. And in conclusion, we always say, as you age closer to getting a resolution of a problem, then that presents a rare opportunity for us to be able to get forth very easily. And in fact, conflicts provide a better engagement towards realization of better services in future. For today, we shall end there. God willing, we shall proceed. Thank you.